And finally for today's episode, let's turn to David Trim for a look at Adventist history.
This week, we learn about the ministry of Earl Lake Gardner.
Welcome to This Week in Adventist History. On November 20, 1985, Earl Lake Gardner, missionary educator, died in Nebraska at the age of 83. Converted at the age of 21, while a student at the University of Nebraska, Earl finished his studies at Union College. On graduating, he became a teacher in church schools. On May 21, 1928, he married Elva Babcock, and they volunteered to serve as missionaries. You see Earl and Elva here, photographed in 1929, the year they were called to serve in India. Earl was ordained, and the couple sailed from New York City in July 1930. Earl became principal of the Kottarakara Secondary School in Travancore in southwest India. He and Elva served there for the next 7 years. In addition to teaching in Malayalam, the local language, they operated a clinic, and Earl conducted evangelistic meetings. He then was appointed business manager and science professor at Spicer College, where they worked until 1941, when, after 11 years missionary service, the Gardners returned to the United States. 4 years later, however, they went as missionaries again, this time to the Caribbean. Earl and Elva were both on the faculty of West Indies College in Jamaica for 3 years. These photographs of Earl and Elva were taken in 1945, when they were called to the Caribbean. The Gardners did not serve as long as some missionaries, but they are significant because in 2 divisions, they helped to train the national workers who would take over from the missionaries. On November 23, 1895, the first Seventh-day Adventist church in Trinidad and Tobago was organized at Cuba with 28 members. Seen here, the church was dedicated by Elder Edwin Webster, but he built on the work done by Charles Adamson, a Barbadian literature evangelist, and by Elder Andrew Flowers, an American missionary who died in Trinidad of yellow fever after just 4 months of service. At the end of 2018, the 28 members of 123 years before had grown 2,400-fold, with 67,780 church members reported in Trinidad and Tobago. And that was This Week in Adventist History.